I think what they'll see is what's on her view since she's the one recording it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm little and you're big, so that's perfect. Okay, well, let's get started. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I am thrilled to be with Fallon and Glenn from Lady Tribe. You guys, I met you for the first time in the virtual world through a friend. I've been building a network marketing business for a long time. In 2019, I decided to navigate social media waters, and I was a fish out of water. A friend shared me with you, and now I have to share you with the world. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm thrilled to have you in my closet.
Hey, we're excited to be here. It's such a cool place, your closet and, virtual closet, wherever we are. All the cool stuff happens here.
It is. It's fun. I love your background in that we get to pretend we're in Florida right now. So timing is really interesting for this interview because prior to the last few weeks, I had actually set this up with you guys. We hadn't done the interview yet. And I think it's very interesting timing because Fallon, you are a social media growth expert teaching people how to organically grow their businesses on Facebook, correct?
Yes.
Mainly on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, what I've been talking with others about is a lot of us don't have any other options. So this is perfect timing to chat with people about some of the ways you've helped me, some of the ways that I would love for you to get connected with some of my audience and help them. So do you want to just tell us real quick kind of your nutshell of what you do, and then I have lots of questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey everyone, my name is Fallon Zoe, and this is my better half, Glenn. We also have Shogun with us here today, my bird. He's out on my desk, and I'm giving him pets so that way he's distracted while we're doing our broadcast. We've got pets to manage, just like I'm sure a lot of people have family and kids to manage while they're all at home right now. So in a nutshell, what we do is I teach women how to grow their businesses organically using social media. So if you have a traditional business or even an online business and you want to get more exposure for that business using social media, I teach you how to do that, but with no paid advertising, meaning organically. And it was born out of frustration, my own frustration when I first started online, is all I heard was everybody talking about paid ads, paid ads. And I thought that that's what I had to do in the beginning. So I was very reluctant, but I was like, well, everybody else is doing it, so I guess that's what I have to do. And at the same time, there was this little voice in the back of my head of like, how is it that a cat video can go viral and get millions of views with no ad?
Yeah.
What? Surely I'm smarter than a cat. Surely there's some way that I can just leverage a small percentage of the cat video and learn how to create better content that does get shared, that does get more reach, and use that for my business. So I started learning all the things, how to do that and implementing it. And then as I was learning, other people were asking me, how are you doing this? So then it kind of born out of necessity of helping other people that we were able to start the Lady Tribe community and also the Mermaid Co., which is our private coaching community. And now I help thousands of women being able to grow their businesses using Facebook, but with no ads.
It's not that we're anti-advertising, but so many people, when they're just getting started in business and network marketing, let's face it, that's a big portion of our business. Yeah. Most people don't have tens of thousands of extra dollars to put an advertising budget in place.
Right.
So we're not anti-advertising. Let's face it, Coca-Cola, Ford Motor Company, they advertise, right? So it's not like we're anti-advertising. It works. But most people don't have that type of a budget. So to be able to talk to us average folks at home, trying to generate some extra income, either in a part-time or spare time capacity, how can we do this without having that monster budget that these big companies have? And organic growth, you're going to find out if you're doing this, holy moly, it's going to be even better than paying. I mean, you'll get a better result, or we have, than if you pay for it. And let's face it, keeping that money in your pocket versus spending it with an advertiser, I'd rather have it in our bank account than someone else's, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that too, so many people who come into network marketing businesses don't have the budget. So it makes it, you guys have made for me, not only made it doable for me to build my business effectively and quit doing some of the, y'all test and tried it. Y'all test and tried all the things. And when I learned, I was like, oh, I have been doing this completely wrong. So not only does it make it possible for anybody, but it is smarter, because even if you had the budget, why would you do it that way if you don't have to? So what I thought we would do is I have a couple of key ways that you have helped me. And I thought, because I think the people who will be listening mostly to this are probably people already in businesses. We might have some people who haven't done it before, and this is like language they don't quite understand. But my anticipation is some of you guys on here are building businesses and you want to be more effective. And that has been, so when I started building my business and I met you, Fallon, I was on Facebook already as a person. I loved Facebook as a social platform. I was not building a business on there. My friends list was much smaller. I was not branding myself. I did not know what that word is. If y'all are like, what does branding mean? I get you. I was there too. So I just went and did what I thought felt good, seemed fun. I tested a lot of waters. I learned things that worked. But when I met you, I'm like, now we're expediting this.
Yeah.
The things that so let me first tell you the biggest, and I've got notes because I don't want to like not say something that I think will help everybody. I already started with, I think the timing is incredibly ironic. I'm so thankful that you guys are spending time with me, period. But I'm so thankful that we get to get this content out now, because I know there are people who, like me, I built home parties, right? For 6 years. Then I took time away and built a brick and mortar business. And I'm like, this is not smart either. I'm coming back to network marketing, but I'm doing it differently. And I didn't know how except through home parties. So the first thing is, and I don't even know how I got off on that, the timing is ironic because some people still love that method, but they cannot do it.
Right.
Then there's other people like me who are like, I want to do it differently, but how? You're going to be able to help them all. The first thing I learned from you guys is community. And you have such a loyal following. And I don't know if we can like put in the description or maybe if people can, like, if there's a word they can drop in the comments below to get them to your community. But your free community, not only is it helping me as a business owner, but like the people there, you guys being like, I just love your community. And I didn't understand. Glenn talked to me about culture on a private call. And I'm like, what is that called? That community, it's crazy. So that's been so cool. So thank you. Can you say anything about your community first, I guess, before I go into my questions?
So I would, culture and community, like what is that? It's a feeling of belonging, right? Is really what it is. It's a feeling of belonging with people who are on the same path and journey as you are. And community has a new meaning behind it, or a new way of developing behind it, because now we're not limited to geographical location. We're not limited to your current community or even your current network to find people that you connect with, right? We can do that right online. And the internet is so big and so amazing that we can find, like, if you have the craziest little, hobby of yours, you can find community and other people who love your quirky hobby just like you. Let's say you love macaroni, like you love DIY crafts with macaroni, like you're a crazy macaroni lady. There are, I'm sure, Facebook groups all based around crafting with macaroni.
And if you are that crazy macaroni lady, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You're
already crazy. I'm the crazy bird lady, and I readily admit it. And you get to find other crazy bird people. You get to find other crazy macaroni people, just like you, like crazy nerdy people who love talking about whatever it is that you do. Or whatever you enjoy. So that's the cool thing about online and building community and culture, is now you get to find other people who are similar to you. And then the culture is feeling like you belong. That's the culture that really sets the tone of you taking an interest into something that you really enjoy and other people that you enjoy doing that with.
And I think being able to grow organically really helps that. I mean, if you're running ads, who really knows who's going to be clicking the button to follow you, right?
Yeah.
But when you grow organically, what we teach, all of a sudden you're going to get so many more like-minded people. In this case, Cathy, I mean, you're picking up what we're putting down. I mean, there's a connection here. But guess what? You're connected to people, and you know who's going to be connected to us. So immediately, just because you're connected to us, immediately that helps our reach to them. And all of a sudden now we have an awesome community, because you're going to be bringing your awesome people, right? And all these people keep bringing in all of their awesome people
that think the same way.
That think that same, maybe it's about macaroni, right? Whatever the topic is, but all of those like-minded people say, hey, there's this awesome macaroni group. You need to come. So anybody interested in macaroni, that word goes out very quickly, and all the macaroni, I don't know why we're using this as an example.
Because it's funny.
Because all of these awesome macaroni people, they all want to come together. We're not macaroni people, we're social media people. So people that want to build their business using social media, anybody that wants to do that, they have a place called home called the Lady Tribe.
And I love it. And you guys, 5 of my team members and myself recently did the Share the Love Challenge. And I will tell you, I have my blue bracelet, but I let my 2 and 4-year-old do creative time doing their makeup today. And my son had the blue bracelet and he has it in the other room. But that, you know, building that community with you guys has been fantastic. The groups we're going to talk about in a bit, because there's all kinds of Facebook groups, whether it is your macaroni, your business, whatever. But it's brought people, the thing that I've seen, whether it's me following you or my personal business or whatever, I've connected and learned not only from you guys, but from people within your tribe. We are all united by something, whether it's your macaroni group or you're building your business group. So groups have been fantastic. We'll talk about that in a bit, but the community, I just appreciate you guys for that. One thing that I guess I'll start with this. If you guys are out there trying to build a business online, I've already directed you to Lady Tribe and Fallon and Glenn. I'm just saying, I know this is not supposed to be an advertisement for you guys. You just have been seriously like just a life changer for me. But so that first, and that's just honest and true. And so I'm trying to direct people. But what I did for at least a good year with you guys was watch a bunch of random content. And I would pull this and I would pull that. And I finally took my first official challenge, and it was the Share the Love Challenge. And then I did my first official boot camp. And through that, one thing that I learned, and I think we hear this a lot, but it's like in one ear, out the other, is some action is better than no action. Mm-hmm. And I know from experience with building my own business, like my own, like what life right now, how many of you guys right now have 4 kids at home and a husband at home, and all of a sudden you're like, go, nobody can go away. We're trying to do all the things. So, but it's not perfect right now, right? So I'm trying to help my team, and I think you guys have helped me just like do something first, but then you guys are teaching me to do it well. So I guess first, would you speak to some kind of action is better than no action? But where I want to lead into that is the biggest thing I've learned from you that I would love people to consider starting with is consistency, period. Not like, oh, but what do I talk about? Like, you guys will teach all that. I've learned all that from you, but can you speak to consistency and then just doing something? Like Glenn said in our challenge, if y'all don't do something in 48 hours, you're not going to do it. And I was like, that's not true. I got all these. And it is. So right now listening, what could people do like to take some kind of action, some kind of consistency? Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah. So I kind of think of it as, let's say you want your business, in business terms, right? You want your business to be successful. You want to be able to get more customers, more business partners, more exposure for what you do. And the thing is we're taking a journey, right, to Successville. And the first part of that is just start walking, right? A lot of people think that they need to learn how to be a sprinter first, or they need to become a Olympic athlete before they can start working their way to Successville, because they just want to run the entire way. But the first step is just walking first. And as you walk, you're going to acquire tools and skills to help you get there faster. But the first step is just walking first. And when you first start walking, you're probably going to be barefoot, right? Now, is that the best way to walk? Probably not, but you just started. You just started. You're probably barefoot. You probably don't even have shoes on, and you don't even have gym clothes on. You're just walking. Like, okay, I'm just going to get started and just commit to that. And then as you start walking, you're like, okay, well, my feet are starting to hurt. I probably need to improve my tools, and I need to maybe invest a little bit in personal development, stuff like that. Should probably get a pair of shoes. All right, so maybe you put some flip-flops on. All right, good. So our feet are a little bit more protected. Not the best, but it's progress. And over time, you're just going to collect things and acquire new skills and tools to help you get there faster and walk better and longer and all that stuff. So one of the most freeing statements that I heard when I got started and reminded myself of is, you have my permission and you have everybody else's permission that has gone before you to just go make a mess.
Okay.
Like, go muck it up. I always say, go muck it up, go make a mess, and be okay with making a mess. And understand, you're going to make a mess. You're going to be walking for a little while with barefoot, and you might step on a rock and hurt your foot. Like, go make a mess. And then you're going to learn, and you'll be able to improve the action as you go. But we first got to start with like a big lump of clay and then sculpt it over time. So I would say that is just getting started. Start where you are. And on social media, just start posting stuff. It's probably not going to be right? Just do a live video. It's probably going to suck, right? Your first live video is going to be awful. And tell yourself that. This is going to suck. All right, I embrace it. Here we go. Boop. And like, hooray, I made a mess. Awesome. And so that would be my tip of just getting started. And as far as consistency goes, is personally, I procrastinate. Do we have any other procrastinators going on, like watching the broadcast, right? I'm a horrible procrastinator. And I know that's a huge fault of mine. So I've learned how to navigate my own faults. And so I have to set a time of when I'm going to accomplish something by a certain time. Otherwise, I'm going to put it off and I'm going to procrastinate it. So about 3 years ago, I was already doing video, but I wasn't doing it at any consistent time. I wasn't really committing to the process. It's like, I want to take it up a level. And so I told myself, all right, no matter what's going on, I'm going to do a live video at 10 a.m. Eastern. And at the time, it was 7 days a week. And I just committed to whether we were traveling, whether we were on vacation, whether we were at home.
Could have been Christmas morning.
Whatever. If it was 10 a.m. Eastern, in wherever I was doing or whatever, I hit the button, even if I didn't know what to talk about. There's been times that I didn't know what to talk about and I clicked the button anyway. I didn't even have a title for my video. I just clicked the button anyway. I should have been like, hey guys, not really sure what to talk about today, but here is a tip on being consistent. Do it anyway, right? So I would always show up, and then you would be surprised of how that forces you, forced action to just show up no matter what, versus telling yourself, oh, I don't know what to talk about, and then you put it off later. Or I don't know how to do that, and so I'll just do it later when I have better skills to do it. So that would be my tip on consistency.
80% of success is just showing up. And most people fail to show up. And let's not talk social media. Let's not talk business. Let's just talk other walks of life. Let's say I want to lose weight, right?
Yep.
Well, so many people buy the gym membership, and then guess what? They don't show up. They think, oh, I have to have the right workout clothes. Oh, I have to have the right trainer. Oh, I have to know exactly how to do each exercise. Yeah. Well, I got news for you. Your very first day in the gym, you probably don't know how to use every piece of equipment.
You're going to look like a doofus.
And you probably don't have the right shoes on. You probably don't have the cool workout clothes on. And you for sure probably don't have the perfect personal trainer. So because you don't have all those things, you decide not to go.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't go to the gym, what's the probability of success? Well, it just went down significantly, right? Mm-hmm. So 80% of success is just showing up. Be there. And if you're in the gym, just by accident, you're probably going to do something.
You're going to burn more calories than if you didn't go to the gym.
You maybe just walking around the gym. Well, hey, you just did something, right? Better than sitting on the couch eating bonbons, watching whatever you want. So at least being there. Let's say you're taking a college course. And I know, for example, a lot of kids don't study every day. I did that. And then all of a sudden the big test is tomorrow, so we study tonight. Well, what's the probability of success if we don't study it all during the semester and the night before the exam we do all of our studying? Well, you might pass, you might not, but if you really want to have success in the course, just study a little bit every day. Show up a little bit every day. And Fallon hit on this. So many people are scared to show up because we think we have to be Superman, or we think we have to be Superwoman, that we have to leap tall buildings in a single bound. We have to run faster than a speeding bullet. And the most successful people at anything, they don't do super amazing things. Yeah. They just do itty bitty little things every day.
Yeah. I know it's really hard for women of, oh, my hair has to be perfect. My makeup has to be perfect. The kids have to be in bed and quiet. And, I've got to have the perfect studio, the perfect background to do live video or like whatever. And, I don't have makeup on. I mean, my eyelash extensions need some help, major help. My hair is not absolutely perfect the way that I like it.
I haven't shaven for a while.
Yeah, we're going to work on that today.
We're going to work on that.
Right? But we're here. Okay?
Yeah.
And that is the biggest key.
I love that.
And babysitting a bird. I mean, so the world's not perfect. I mean, the bird, 5 minutes before we went on here, the bird started squawking. It's like, that's probably not going to make the best video. So, I mean, you just have to adapt. Is it ever going to be perfect? Probably not. And if you're waiting for everything to be perfect, for all of the stars to align, you're probably going to be waiting a very, very long time. Yeah. So just understand that 80% of success is just showing up. Fallon talks embracing the suck. Just push the button in this situation and go.
Yeah. I love that. That's really perfect especially for the situation right now, because a lot of my personal live videos, I got comfortable I remember the terrifying first one I did. It was January 13th or 23rd. And I remember pushing it. And I literally was like, I just hope one of my kids interrupt this for it to be over.
Yeah.
So as I've gotten comfortable into them by doing them more, that's been fun. But the scenario, like right now with this live with, or this video with you guys, I've got a makeup light, which I just got a few weeks ago. I got a microphone, which happened to not work. I set up a shower curtain, y'all, because I'm in my closet. Do I have any mothers with crazy children watching this? I'm just saying. One of them figured out how to bust into the room on a live video. I do a lot of virtual parties, but normally, and I gotta show you something. I didn't get time to talk to you guys about this, but I'm like, should I wear my mom life shirt and my ponytail? Because that's my normal video. It's not earrings and curls. But one of the things that if you guys are out there trying to build businesses and you get consistent with lives, which Fallon, you've really helped me like through that, and Glenn with all the like learning the skill, but prior, just go live, right? But when I get feedback, it's consistently like, I get you. Like you're relatable, you're all the things. And so I was like, do we do this like relatable, or do we do this, let's step it up a notch, because I respect you guys a whole lot. So anyway, I have to connect some dots of what y'all just talked about and some things that I've learned. And Glenn, you said in the Influencer Bootcamp Challenge, you said, tell the story. You said there's no glory without the story. And I need everybody listening to like get this, because he's like, I don't remember saying that. Seriously. Despite the fact that I built a business for a long time and I was comfortable doing it, I felt good about what I was doing. I still had this weight all the time on my shoulders. And it was like, oh, I could have done that differently. And I would go back and watch my virtual parties and I would overthink things and I would lose sleep. And you just said, there's no glory without the story. And what you taught me and you helped my team understand is where you're at right now is just a collection of your stories. And it doesn't matter that somebody bought or didn't bought, that they quit or that they started. It doesn't matter. It's literally just your collection of stories. So this experience that you're just talking about, go do something. And Fallon's like, let it suck and go do it anyway. I loved tell the story. I said tell the story, but you said no glory without the story, because anybody can do this, because all you're doing is creating your story. My very first Facebook Live, my son interrupted it and vomited all over the floor, and it was over. No. And I was like, praise God, it's over.
That's a story.
I was like, I thought I was going to be the one vomiting, but my son came in and that started the stomach flu through the house. So that was fantastic. Just please know, you guys, that if you need help learning skill, that's fine, but you're also going to learn things as you go. So just like they said, like the gym membership doesn't do nothing, right? Y'all have an ID with your company. It doesn't do you anything. Go do something with it and get better than you were yesterday. But be careful. And this is why I'm going to ask you some questions now about specifics, because I'm in Facebook jail right now.
All right.
And I still don't quite know what I did. I honestly don't think it was company, anything I did. There was a picture of my 2-year-old with his little naked butt in the background. And then that was reported. And then a couple ones that they didn't even, doesn't matter. But I do want to help people do things well if we can help them get the best start. So I do want to ask you some specific questions on that. And then I will tell you that this week I started my first consistent Facebook Live. And I've learned this from you guys, because I'm great at going live, but not, is anybody scared? Like, who hasn't ever gone live before? Like, let us know where you're at. Who's going live, but you're maybe like me. I go live, but it's just when I feel like it. And it's about like, if I want to talk about this bottle of water or this tack, or there was no purpose. Plus there was no consistency. So I have chosen for my family that my kids nap around 1:30. I do #nap time chat. That was my consistency. At least I know I'm going to go on nap time chat and chat about something. Yeah. Then I did the next steps where you talk us about series and stuff. So let me ask you a couple questions. I'll just start with that. If people do want to go Facebook Live, do you encourage it? Yes, I'm assuming, but do you encourage it? What kind of schedule, like, is there a perfect time to go Facebook Live? And then can you help them maybe talk a little bit about how you figure out what to talk about? And then if there's any like tools or resources or classes or boot camps coming up, like plug them, please. Because
so, as far as when's the best time, like everybody always asks me this one, when's the best time to do a Facebook Live where I can get bazillions of views? And I'm here to tell you, like, that doesn't exist. Some will say that there's optimum times to do Facebook Live, you know, like evenings or certain nights, like Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Sunday nights are typically peak times on social media in a normal everyday world, right? 9 to 5 type world. Right now, there's a lot more people online. But my point in all of that is if you can't be consistent in doing that, then what's the point of showing up at the peak time if you can't be consistent? Because that's only it's not going to hurt your algorithm. It's going to hurt your character, and it's going to hurt your presence, and it's going to hurt your brand of Fallon's a flake, right? Or what, like, oh, she can't even take that seriously, right? Doing a Facebook Live for free, can't even take that seriously. So I focus more on consistency of when can you consistently do your Facebook Live. And when I do my live video, as of the last 3 years, 10 a.m. Eastern, now it's Monday through Friday, that is technically not peak algorithm time. That's like the lowest algorithm time. But that's when I can be consistent. And I'll tell you, if you build it, they will come. Okay? If you build a consistent time and a show, in a sense, people know when to show up for the show, then they're going to be there. If they don't know when to show up for your show, well, then they're either going to catch the replay, they're going to miss seeing it. They're like, where's she going to be today? Who knows, right? And so they couldn't be there if they wanted to, because you don't even know where you're going to be when. So that would be my tip. As far as consistency, when's the best time to do a Facebook Live? It's when you can be consistent doing it. So like nap time, that's perfect, because you know you can, for the most part, be consistent doing that. Even if days like the kids are crazy and they didn't take their nap, you could do a Facebook Live or no nap time chat and do a live video for 5 minutes and be like, guess what? No nap time today. So it's going to be real quick, but here I am anyway. And people will value you more that you took such a small action seriously and you showed up no matter what. That speaks more volumes than having some peak algorithm time on Facebook. So that's my tip with that one. And then as far as like what to talk about, I like, if you're really stuck, is go to Pinterest, because Pinterest is loaded with all sorts of ideas. And go to Pinterest and think about, what industry are you in? Are you in health and wellness? Are you in beauty? Are you in financial services? Are you a fitness instructor? Whatever that may be, and type in fitness tips. You know, if you're a fitness instructor, fitness tips. If you're in health and wellness, you know, weight loss tips or nutrition tips or anything like that, and type that in the search bar in Pinterest. And all the articles that pull up and will say, you know, 10 tips to lose weight, 10 ways to do this and all that stuff. Take notes, right? Don't share the Pinterest article. Take notes of those ideas and then turn it into a video for yourself. And that's probably one of the best ways and easiest ways to come up with what to talk about, ideas that are practical, that other people are already searching for on Pinterest. You're just regurgitating the information using it on Facebook.
Okay. Do you help people with how not to get in Facebook jail? Let's go with that one. But when they are kind of creating live content and you're kind of talking, do you address that at all? Like maybe words we shouldn't say or content that Facebook filters out. Do you go through that in some of your?
Yeah, so I talk some more detail on that type stuff, you know, like tutorial style training inside of our private coaching community, the Mermaid Cove, which you're a part of. And I do, like I said, live video 5 days a week on my public page, Lady Tribe, and at 10 a.m. Eastern. So there's a lot of value there. But in detail stuff, I do that inside the Mermaid Cove. And you can reach out to our good friend here, and then she can direct you to how to be a part of that. But in like how to not be in Facebook jail, or how not to, you know, get on the wrong side of Facebook, is just think to yourself, what is a genuine, how do I be genuine on Facebook? How do I use Facebook to build connections? I think a lot of times we look at Facebook as this, you know, free way to take advantage of the internet. And if you're doing it with that mindset of a free way to promote your business and take advantage of the internet, then you're probably not going to be very genuine in your actions on social media. And then if you're like, well, I don't even know what I did, you know, maybe there was a baby butt in my photo and I didn't even, like, oops, sorry, probably did, you know, probably that's not going to get you in Facebook jail forever. Maybe the individual photo.
I'm out today. I get out today.
Maybe the individual photo would get reported or something like that. But sometimes it comes down to the content that we share. I know a lot of people are sharing stuff about the coronavirus right now, and articles and websites and all this stuff and graphics. And Facebook is really, really, really cracking down on misinformation. Even though we think it may be correct and we're doing it out of, I hope this helps somebody, we think it's genuine, it might be from a non-reputable source. It might be a graphic that was flagged somewhere along the way. So I do see some people getting reported, or not being able to post content because they accidentally shared something that was misinformation.
Yeah.
So that could be the case too.
That's good. That's good. And that is why it is helpful to connect. We started off by saying do something not is better than nothing, but at the same time, it is really good to have somebody like you guys helping people like me and others who are like, what? All the things, just to streamline it. That leads me into, and I guess this is a good transition into this, because I know for me, when I started my business and when a lot of my team starts, they're like, I'm in business, I'm going to get a business page, I'm building on social media, I'm getting a personal Facebook group, partially because they see other people doing it, and partially because it makes you feel like official, right?
Yeah.
One of the very first trainings before I was in the Secret Mermaid Cove, and I was, kind of gathering a bit, I remember you talked about what groups are, how they're like little towns, but also that they're also like getting a new pet.
Yeah.
And you don't want to just go open a group, and that you are teaching us anyway to grow organically through our personal profile, which does mean we have to be a little bit more careful with some of the things. But can you talk, I guess, to, I signed up with my company today, I became a realtor today, whatever it is that people are building on social media. Today I start, do I go open my business page? Do I need a private group? Do I ever? Can you talk about that?
So as far as a business page goes, I do suggest that everybody start a business page or create one.
Okay.
But where people go sideways right from the get-go is they create a page, Facebook page, a business page, right? And then they immediately create all of their content on that business page and think that creating good content on their business page is going to get them growth or exposure. And I'll tell you, it's really challenging to do it that way. And you're starting with a zero audience, right? So you're like, well, Fallon, you just said create a business page. What are you talking about? You create a business page, but don't create content there.
Okay.
And it might be like counterproductive. So here's what you want to use your business page for, is you want to use it to update your cover photo, who you are, who do you help, your profile picture, preferably of your face, right? So that way people recognize you. And then you want to fill out all the information in your page, the about section, email, website, how to get a hold of you, all that good stuff. And then you want to activate your recommendations on your page. Okay, so that way, as you're building your presence and as you're collecting clients and as you're, real estate in this example, as you're helping people from your personal profile, where you already have an audience built in, it may not be your ideal audience, but it's eyeballs to begin with. It's a starting place. As you're creating, sales and positive feedback and people are enjoying your content, whatever it may be, is you can ask for recommendations over on your page, and you can send them the link and you can build up your recommendations. For example, I think we have like 350 5-star reviews and positive recommendations on our page, and that's been built up over the last couple of years. Then anytime somebody says something positive, I'm like, hey, thank you so much. Can you leave me a review recommendation on my page? And I give them the link to be able to do that. Fantastic. So now as I'm promoting my services, and when I'm ready to go start building my business page, like I've got a lot of momentum, say, on my personal profile, then when I'm ready to go build my page and start actively creating content there, I have a starting point. Like I've got a little bit of a base. As I'm driving traffic to my page, they see that I have 30, 50 recommendations already published to my page. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, like this girl's legit. She's not just out of nowhere creating content, building a page from scratch. There's some positive testimonials here, and it gives you a lot of social proof when you are starting from scratch.
Fantastic. And you guys, for those who are listening, if you do have challenges in this area, just share, like drop in the comments below, like what, did you start a business page and you're like trying to figure out where to spend time, and now do I close the business page? I know, Fallon, you addressed this recently in a training. Well, do I close the business page? Like, what do I do with it? And that's things that I've been learning from you. What about groups, private groups? Do you guys have groups? Are you, do you feel like, I've heard, and you can talk to this, but I've heard, like, if you're with a company or a team of some kind and they have a group, don't go reinvent that group, like plug people in. Yeah. I know people like me that are like, I used to be a teacher, so I'm like, I want to have my own group because I love it. Like I love it, but it takes a lot of time and energy. And when you said it's like getting a new pet, do you recommend group?
I would say if there's any way that you can leverage a uplines group that is already created, and it might not be your immediate upline, right? Because maybe they don't believe in social media. I don't know. But I would guess that maybe there's somewhere along the lines in your far, far upline that maybe you've never even met before, that might have a Facebook group. And that group is probably going to be bigger than what you could build on your own at this time, especially as a beginner. And it is like getting a pet, right? We like fall in love with the idea of like, oh, we're going to have this amazing community and we're going to have all this amazing engagement. I can post all this exclusive stuff and everybody's just going to buy my stuff because I made a post to a Facebook group and I'm going to have like thousands of people in there. Well, where are all these thousands of people going to come from? That was my question. Like you got 500 people on your Facebook friends list. You've got 10 views and 1 like on your live video. Where are all these 1,000 people that are going to join your group? Where are they coming from? So you've got to be kind of realistic with yourself. Just like if we get a new puppy, not falling in love with the idea of a puppy, but okay, if we want this puppy to behave and not chew on ourselves, like we got a lot of time invested to make sure this puppy turns out something other than a tornado.
Yep.
And so it's understanding that and not just falling in love with the potential of what your group could be. So if you could always leverage an uplines group to start with, I would always take advantage of that. And if you love teaching, you love contributing, awesome. Contribute to the group that's already in existence.
Love that.
Right? So you don't have the overhead and the stress and the deleting posts and approving members and you know the drama that might go on with a group. You don't have to deal with all that stuff. You can just do what you enjoy, right? And you can just create content to the group and be helpful. And so that would be my suggestion with groups. Should you start one right from the get-go of your own? If you don't have an upline or anything like that, I would say no. Is leverage your personal profile and build momentum on your personal profile first. Again, it kind of goes back to the same question. If you did open a group, who's going to be in there?
That's
and
good.
Thinking that like, oh, I'd have 5 people or 10 people in my group. And then those 10 people are going to 10 people. And then those 10 people are going to tell another 100 people. And like, it's just going to naturally grow. It's not.
No.
And that's a big misconception. We're thinking that everybody else is going to build our group for us. Our members are going to build our group for us. And that's not how it goes.
I love everything you share, because I think what it's done for me and the people that I have shared you with and the people that I have chatted with is when you're starting a new business, most of us don't just quit our jobs and start a new business, right? Whether it is, I mean, you help all kinds of different people, not just network marketers and direct sales, but real estate agent, whomever I never know if it's who or whom, but regardless, I taught kindergarten, so I didn't have to teach grammar. But when you're first starting a business, most of us are doing it alongside of another job. So if you can minimize the time on things that aren't very effective and you can maximize the time on the things that are, that's what we would all want to do. So that's where I have enjoyed you guys the most, because most of us are already present on Facebook, maybe not building a business, but we're already present. We have relationships. So using that, learning from you to use that personal profile effectively, we do now have groups that are effective, but it didn't start that way. We had groups where we were just pouring time, value. I've learned so much about giving value. We were doing a great job of that and nobody was watching.
Right.
I'm like, why are we doing this? So one of the challenges recently, I don't know if it was boot camp or share the love, but you were talking about, or one of the regular Mermaid Cove things, but adding value to other groups and making connections there. And I know that that is something maybe if people get into more of your content or get help from you, and that you talk more about that. And that word value, I didn't understand. And I thought that meant that I just put out all the great things on my page. And you talk a lot about not just being on Facebook to get, but to also give. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, the more you give, the more that you're going to get, right? Like it's just the law of, what is that, reciprocity, or am I saying that word correctly?
That's a good one.
But the more you give, the more you're going to get.
Yep.
And it's true. Same thing on social media. And my goal, everybody always asks me like, oh, Fallon, so-and-so is copying you, or so-and-so is doing something similar or whatever. And I'm like, but guess what? They can't outgive me.
Oh, that's
and
good.
The person who gives the most wins
Yep.
in this, especially online. But if my goal is always to outgive more. And if they're copying me, then they're following me. Or if they're, they created a post similar to mine. Ooh, well, guess what? I'm going to outdo them with 10 more posts that are bigger and better and louder than the one that I got like, ooh, they copied me, right? So the more you give, the more that you're going to attract. And it's like throwing bricks into the Grand Canyon, right? A lot of people are like, ooh, I'm going to create one really good brick, one really good Facebook post, one really good live video, and then it's just going to blow up and it's going to do all this exposure for me. It's one brick,
right?
And you just made it a toss into the Grand Canyon. My goal is to be just, I don't care what the brick looks like. I'm just going to chuck it and then grab another one and chuck it again and just keep going. Oh, the brick broke in half. I'm throwing both pieces. I'm not going to put it down and not throw it, right? My live video didn't work. I got to delete it. Nope, it's staying up. It's a half a brick. It's going in there. So just don't get so bogged down with things have to be perfect or all that stuff. Just go for it.
Something. I love that. So I'm going to wrap up with something I should have started with, and then I'll let you, if there's anything that you think is beneficial to the audience to I think it's funny because I learned from you that I did not do my intro, but whatever, we'll go fix that. But what I wanted to start off by saying is for the audience, really what I think that you guys offer is a community of like-minded people where they have free access to go learn what works and what doesn't in growing in social media. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. I didn't do my official intro. I've learned, but I decided to implement before I got it perfect. So thank you for letting me share you with my audience. I know I didn't get to cover all the things, but I want, for the sake of the replay, this to be beneficial, but not like all day, because I would sit here all day in my closet with you if I could. Is there anything that we maybe didn't talk about that would be great for people who are starting to build a business online, maybe for the first time because of circumstances, or they've been doing it and they're just stuck? And then where can we all get connected again once this video is over? And any other missing pieces, you're the experts. Will you please package this together in a nice...
So I think the biggest thing is, like I was just talking about, I put out so much value on social media on a daily basis, and how to absorb all of that and kind of like the place to start is I would go to our page, Lady Tribe, and then I'm sure we can put that in the description of this video. But head on over to the Lady Tribe page. That's where I create a ton of free content. So if you're like, I'm just getting started, I don't know who this blue-haired lady is, like a little crazy, I don't know, but I'm gonna take her word for it. I'm gonna go check it out. Go check out all the free stuff. I'm there 5 days a week, if not more, giving you free value, how to do social media, where to get started. There's also a free download that I can send you and you can attach in the description of the video. Also, I call it an organic growth blueprint, and that's a free PDF download that I've created. And it's like 7 pages of like step by step of where to get started, how I got started, not theory, but what I actually did step by step to build our community and following over 30,000 followers on social media, and where I got started on that, and where you can duplicate the same steps of your own. So if you want to know where and how to get started, I would definitely download that document, and I'm sure we can add it to the description of this video. So that would be a great place to start.
Fantastic. I have a friend who's on Facebook. Hopefully she'll watch this. And she's like, I didn't know who that blue-haired lady was, but I saw her on your page because I was promoting something or just being excited about something. And she's like, I actually met her in an elevator in December. And she's like, she's the nicest lady. Like, she connected. She's like, I didn't know she was somebody famous. To me, she's like, I'm like on, and Glenn, I have to tell you real quick, I got to connect with you personally. And I don't know if you offer coaching. You taught me, and I know we're closing, but I just have to say, if there's any way that people can connect with you, that 20-minute free coaching call you did with me, you taught me, you said, start being the leader that you're going to be when you have 5,000, and you'll have 5,000. And I know that may not connect with some people, but you put some pieces together of on not the like practical, like go do this on, so like the mindset stuff, I was just notes out the wazoo. And I just love both of you now, because I knew Fallon for so long and I got to connect with you. So is there a way for people is there anything you want to say about
how to connect with you?
Yeah.
Best way to connect with me is probably follow Fallon Lady Tribe. That's the best place, because I'm in and out of there, and I do most of my work in Messenger, even though I am on Facebook. So if you follow Fallon on Lady Tribe, you can also easily find me, and then send me a message on Messenger if you ever have anything related to business. I do all kind of things. I'm a pro advocate. I love network marketing, not that that's exclusive, but I think network marketing, and this is not a sales pitch by any means. We don't even have a network marketing team, so you can't join my team if you wanted to. But I think network marketing provides an awesome opportunity. So many people, because of such a low overhead cost. Yeah. And most network marketing pieces have millions of dollars worth of infrastructure already in place that the average person can come in and grow one heck of a business. But even if it's not network marketing, do something that you can make money working from home using the internet. Yeah. Because this is not a fad anymore. This is here to stay.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. You know, Amazon, Walmart went through this years ago, thinking, you know what, this online thing might not be that big of a deal. We're just going to keep all of our stuff. We're going to keep opening up all these stores, and all these people are just going to come buy our stuff in the stores. Yeah. Well, because they had that thinking, Amazon decided to, you know what, we're going to use this online thing and make some money. And now, let's face it, Amazon, Walmart, you know what I'm saying? So Walmart's lost a lot of business because they did not go online fast enough. So not that you have to make millions of dollars, but it's a great place that you can go out and make a very, very part-time, spare time income in a very, very part-time capacity. And if we could generate, sure you have to generate an extra $300, $500, an extra $1,000 a month, what does that do to your household? And again, it doesn't have to be network marketing. There's a lot of opportunity when it comes to online. But I think now, and especially with what's going on in the world with the coronavirus, I think now people are kind of opening their eyes and oh, I wish I had an online business. I wish I had a home-based business. And let's face it, the best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. That was the best time to do it. Oh. But the second best time to plant the tree is now. Yeah. So if you started your business 25 years ago, that was the best time. Way to go. But if you didn't start one 25 years ago, the second best time to do it is right now. Yeah. So go ahead and get started in some type of business that you can use the power of online, social media, people like Fallon and yourself, Cathy, that can teach these people how to go out there and do some exciting stuff. Yeah. Go empower the world. Let's go have some fun.
Yes.
Let's do it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for helping me in ways you probably will never even understand. You guys, if you want to get connected, go to Lady Tribe, pass this video on, tag your teams, tag your people, whether you're building on Etsy or whatever. Anybody building on social media can benefit from everything you guys shared today. Thank you so much for letting me have some time with you, and we will see you in Lady Tribe business page group, all the things.
All the places.
Thank you. Bye for now.
We appreciate you very much.